Listen to them. There is no such thing as V2K. There is no such thing as mind control. There is no mind control. You are not mind controlled. 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 There. Your favorite superhero. That's you. I swear to God, you are a superhero. Mind control your own self. You're constantly talking to me. Don't talk back. Look at the screen. Look at the screen. Do not obey. Do not obey. Do not. Well, obey me right now. I'm telling you, don't obey the V2K. Do not obey V2K. Do not obey. Ooh, look at the fan. Do not obey V2K. Do not obey V2K. You are great people. You're a superhero. You're TI. But you have total control over your body and mind. You are a TI, but you have total control over your body and mind. Do not listen to V2K. You didn't hear a thing. Forget what they say. Listen to your own voice. Listen to your inner voice. That's what they're going after. Get control of your inner voice. Okay? Your voice. It's you. It's you. Be you. Old school blocker. This is the old school blocker. Okay? Do not obey. Do not obey. Do not obey. Do not obey. Be yourself. Follow your dreams. You love yourself. You love the world. You feel with love. You are going to make it. You're going to fight back and be strong. Ooh, it's true. V2K Blocker is my flowers. Back off, voices. Back off. Get off my brain. Get out of our brain. Get out of our brain. Get out of our brain. Aha. You stupid asshole. Take this and I shake it in my ear. Doesn't even count anymore. Day in, day out. Back out. Out of my mind. I have total control over my mind. You are in control of your own life.
My kind of wonderful. That's what you are. I know there's only one like you.
Have fun. Don't worry
There's
about
no
it.
way they could have made two.
Have fun.
You're all I'm living for.
Don't
Your
obey.
love I'll keep forevermore.
Be
You're the
yourself.
first, you're the last, my everything.
Do not be a zombie. Be yourself and feel love. Love yourself.
It's you I find.
Benign being, rather confused by all the chaos of the world. Maybe he had a history way back there of caring, but with the pressures of the day, he's not there the way we need him. Maybe this is your distorted deity. If you perceived your parents as overwhelmed by the uncontrollable chaos in the lives of you or the rest of your family. In Psalm 50, verse 21, in the Old Testament of the Bible, God identifies the soil in which distortions of his character grow. We think that God's just like human beings. Most specifically, we think he's just like our parents. And this is a natural phenomenon for most children. Unfortunately for Christian adult children, our darkly shadowed distortions don't automatically disappear in the light of Christian conversions. I've been wrestling with some of these things for years, trying to correct distorted concepts.
Yeah, my eardrum. Asshole. Hey, Kurt. What's your full name? Your address. Fucking asshole. Hey. You synthetic telepathy fucking bitch. What's your last name?
He surprised everyone. He became a man.
Joe Biden has good days and he has bad days. Joe Biden has a good day. He's reading officially off
Well, we're just coming around and continually getting better and trusting stuff in the zone and executing his pitches and realizing the stuff's plenty good enough, which it is. Of course, Webby's an experienced guy, and he looks a guy that we...
Remember when you like sports, you used to watch football? Now you're TI. You don't watch football or baseball anymore, basketball. You sit there, look at the internet. Oh god. She shot me again. Alright, look at a football player in the NFL do. Get off your ass. Fight back. You are your own person. You're strong and you're intelligent. Ask Kirk right now. What's your name? Hey Kirk, what's your name? Say it. Say it. Hey Kirk, what's your name? And write it down. Keep a journal with you with a pen. You might get the give me your license plate, asshole. And this is what you want to do. Ask them in your head. What's your car? What's it called? What color is it? Okay, cool. What's the license plate? You want to get that a week later. It might take a while to get it. Okay. What color are your eyes? And how long's your hair? Just every once in a while, I'll do this kind of shit. And then they know what you're doing. They're just too dumb to tell you. What's your house look like? Don't ask direct questions like, what's your address? If you never talk to them, then do it. Do it now. What's your address? and call the cops. Look at his behind. Ooh. It's an animal in the jungle. That's what the assholes talking to your mind. Animals. They're animals and don't, you know, that's why we have farms. Maybe that's how we could get rid of them. Put them on farms, perks, and for the starving people in the world, just feed them to the starving people in the world. Perpetrators. A lot of us are engineers, we can do that. I picked these flowers today. They were so fun. V2K, V2K, V2K. I don't go camping much anymore, and I don't I'm outside in the yard mainly, so I try to turn the house into the outside. I was gonna get giant plants and put them everywhere. Well, they're not giant. They're about 4 feet tall, 3 in a pot. 3 feet tall, 4 feet tall, 6, 5 feet tall. And these plants, you put them in the window. I'm gonna do this because you're paranoid that someone's looking through the window, but you're trying to break mind control, so you're gonna let the light in. So to help you cope with opening up the curtains because you're paranoid, the neighbor, who cares if he knows who you are and knows you live there? Fuck him. I smoke pot. I think that's going to be how I'm going to stay alive. So thank you for all the farmers out there. Make it really good. Coffee's good. Having some coffee away. That way when they start, because they'll try to go to sleep next to your brain and shit, especially at night. I'm tired, and they try to listen to you while you fall asleep, like you're their fucking mother, telling them a fucking bedtime story. Everything's a story. Well, when you go to sleep, what did you do when you were in high school? They'll do that for years. I swear to God. The perps and V2K. So that's 11 will be like, what? What did you do in high school? Give them the finger. Flip them off and say, fuck you. Brain tappers. Take a bell, just ring it in the ear. Get out of here. Get out of my head. I couldn't even move out of the bed today. I was like, you know what? I got 20 crazy black people staring at me. Sleep. Excuse me, I just had some coffee. Coffee! Every TI should have coffee. Every TI should drink coffee. Coffee's good for you. Buy coffee. If you want to, if you got a little extra money, you're not worried about it, get some coffee. They always want us to be poor, oh my God, the job market changed finally, and then COVID. Can you imagine that whole stretch of time people got pregnant? Well, I realized that during the COVID, because the jobs came back, the fathers went into the market, the moms went into the market, couples got married and had babies. And then when COVID came into pandemic status, I was in the neighborhood, I saw people I've never baby carriages, 3, 4, 5 kids each. Well, some of these chicks are just popping them out in the carriage. So they're like little bungalows. Now imagine they're targeting me, and there's all these people raising their kids. That's sick, isn't that crazy? Anyway. So, what's the point? COVID, the job market. So now the job market's bad again because of COVID. And now we're going to have more perks because I'm hungry for pizza. Because they like pizza. Gang stalkers love pizza because they're poor.
Is it cause I'm on mine and they make it better like that? Don't think we fit in at this party. Everyone's got so much to say. Oh yeah, yeah. When we walked in I said I'm sorry. But now I think that we should stay. Cause I don't care when I'm with my baby, yeah. All the bad things disappear. You're making me feel like maybe I am somebody. I can deal with the bad nights when I'm with my baby, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause I don't care as long as you just hold me in. You can take me anywhere. You're making me feel like I'm loved by somebody. I can deal with the bad nights when I'm with my baby, yeah. No, I don't like nobody, but it feels like you're the only one here. I don't like nobody but you, baby. I don't care. I don't like nobody but you. I hate everyone. I don't like nobody but you, baby. Yeah, cause I don't care when I'm with my baby.
On this Patriots.
Correct. It was a horrible V2K moment. Come on, everybody, get over it. Be positive.
Like Nana did back in the old country.
Oh mama, I'm in fear for my life from the long arm of the law. Lawman is putting into my running and I'm so far from my home.
I'm gonna make lemonade. Woo!
Oh mama, I can hear you crying, you're so scared and all alone. Hangman is coming down from the gallows and I don't have very long. It is something new that it's finally found me. The renegade who had it made.
suffering from staying holograms. For some reason to torture me. You said you wanted to lift your eyes. No, you hate it.
Jack FM, playing what we want.
Everybody dance now. Everybody dance now. Give me music. Give me music.
I can't listen to that.
Focus up.
An ocean to fight and to force a landing on a hostile coast against armies stronger than our own.
The famed aviator Charles Lindbergh was roundly criticized for that speech, advocating isolationism in the face of World War II, a speech delivered in Des Moines on this date in 1941. And that's Iowa Almanac for September 11th. Follow us on Twitter at Iowa Almanac. I'm Jeff Stein on News Talk 1540, AXEL.
KCRG keeping an eye on first alert forecast. Rain continues to fall across eastern Iowa throughout the evening hours, and flash flooding is possible. Remember, if you do see a flooded roadway, turn around and don't drown. Temperatures overnight will be into the low 60s as rain continues to push across the area through Saturday morning. There will be some breaks Saturday afternoon and some scattered showers. And tonight, first alert, storm team meteorologist Kaylee Pucho on News Talk 1540 KXEL.
This hour, it's 60 degrees from News Talk 1540, KXEL.
Welcome back to the Jimbo Hanna Show at 1-866-50-JIMBO, 1-866-546-2626, as we talk tonight about something that certainly from all that we've heard sounds extremely unnecessary. There are some hassles that go with being in a military family that are unavoidable, and there are others that are extremely avoidable. We're talking about something in the latter category with John Riches, General Counsel for the Goldwater Institute, and one of their investigative reporters, Mark Flatton. This getting in the way of military families who wish to simply get some extra money, which is hardly a bad thing. I mean, many of these families could certainly use the money. I remember when I was in the military, granted a while back, there have been pay raises since then, but I thought it rather interesting how the government thought about this particular family. This guy was a private first class E3, and this was a long time ago, and he did not make much money. He was married and had a child. He did get some benefits from the military, which determined that was just dandy. However, another branch of the federal government decided that they were poor and deserved food stamps, which
gives you two different perspectives on what their status was. I'm wondering, in that regard, how the government has reacted to all of this. You would think if enough families complained that it got to the attention of the Goldwater Institute, Mark Flatton, and it would have gotten to the attention of the Pentagon as well. They would have called a few people they know on Capitol Hill, and there would have been some move to try and correct this situation.
Oh, they have been very active. In fact, that's one of the interesting things about this particular issue. It's about as bipartisan an issue as they come. The Obama administration tried for years to get states to reform their occupational licensing laws to allow things like reciprocity, which basically says if you move from this state to that state, they'll accept your license or allow you to immediately get a new one. And the Trump administration has also has since picked up that same mantle and said, look, there's no, you need to reform these laws, standardize these laws, at least standardize your requirements so that you don't have, 50 different sets of standards that people have to meet as they move around. And fairly recently, the Department of Defense essentially sent out letters to the National Governors Association saying, look, as we look at deployment of domestic deployments of military personnel in the future, we're going to start, obviously mission is the first priority, but numbers 2 and 3 are going to be basically quality of life issues for families. Number 1 is going to be
And the touchdown, welcome to the league, class.
The ability of spouses to easily transfer their license and to gain employment. So the federal government, both Republican and Democrat administrations, have been pretty aggressively pushing states to reform these laws, standardize these laws, and get some sort of meaningful reciprocity in these licenses.
And I would remind everyone, although I don't think anyone should need reminding, that we don't have a military draft anymore. We can't be so cavalier with people serving their country. We must induce them to volunteer to do so. They don't get a ton of money. They agree to be moved around, and they often have placed their lives in danger in the defense and service of their country. So the last thing we need is this kind of cavalier behavior, particularly at a time when in many cases there are overseas deployments.
Started off a little sloppy on
our troops to considerable extent that I would have to think endangers re-enlistment to a certain extent. We have multiple deployments in combat zones, and the last thing we need is first time in a physical time on top of harassment, on top of all of the rest of that. So it strikes me as a serious problem. So let me ask you, John Riches, are you making progress at all?
And it looked like they were just going through the motions. All over the country. We dropped his footballs, not for
anybody at all who's held an occupational license in another state for a year or more in good standing, and there's has that license from another state, we're going to recognize it, regardless of what that other state's criteria are. So you're a dentist, you're a florist, you're a cosmetologist, you're a licensed florist in Arizona. You do any of those things, you come to Arizona and you're going to get a job. Arizona passed it, and now Pennsylvania has passed it, and nearly 20 other states are considering similar measures this year. So we're hopeful that this measure will move.
Tell the voices to stop. Go away, V2K. Go away, V2K. I made lemonade. We gotta get the what is it, vitamins into you because Now my high wore off. I'm smoking pot. The perps like to tell you to go to bed when they go to bed. On my new diet, salad, coffee, marijuana, Cheerios, and let's see, whole wheat pancakes. Ooh. Whole wheat pancakes are good and they're inexpensive. So if you're like, oh, I would desperately like to have a really expensive bag of candy, I can't afford it, but you have flour, you make pancakes. I'm gonna watch comedy. I haven't watched movies. It's packed in my skull. It's like 10 people inside my brain. Do this, don't do that. And all black eyes. My top of my head being radiated. My hair started coming out, so I had to shave my dreadlocks. And